sometimes that's extremely valid. And how you've always done it that way is the best way to do it. Let's not rock the boat. But how can you tell the difference between the two? Between what's a problem worth solving, worth developing or finding and solving versus, well, we've always done it this way and it's just the best way. How do you know the difference?
Yeah, with sort of these efficiency projects that we're working through right now, we're trying to be really careful about the things that we've always done it this way is part of, what makes us Tire Rack. It's the secret sauce. We're not going to change and we don't want to change those things. So that takes a lot of awareness from everybody in the process to understand the company deeply, understand the mission, understand the principle, the guiding principles, the values. What is, our objective, our overall company North Star. And then kind of breaking it down to usually more at the task level, much lower down. If you're getting into those sorts of processes and, we always did it this way. Okay, well, let's, follow the process out all the way to the end. We've been talking about a hypothetical example, what if you're in a situation, well, I always do this and I always, end up, dropping these documents in this folder. Well, who's going and getting them out of the folder? Does anybody even reference that material? If not, then you don't need to just keep putting it in the folder because that's what you've always done. Maybe somewhere along the lines, somebody stopped needing that, didn't communicate back. We don't need this in the folder anymore. Not sure if that example is really, really out there, but it kind of becomes that worst fear, the nightmare that haunts you. Are we just doing something small like that because that's the way I've always done it, where there really isn't a business need anymore? So just kind of always connecting back to the business needs, I think, can help you understand the difference of, is this what works best? What makes us who we are? Or maybe is this something we can consider changing?
Yeah, it's almost like, does this make us who we are? Is this part of the secret sauce? Or is this part of an outdated process where we have new technology now, or we have new processes now, or new people now? And, I have been putting that file in the folder, but why? And no one ever stopped to ask that question. And it may seem small, but I just even thinking about that one item, it may seem small, but think about how much time that's going to save you when you're I don't need to do that anymore. And that's great. That's one less thing I have to remember. So I am open to that.
Yeah. And sometimes the small things are really kind of what adds up over time, that can, you feel time constrained, make a process seem more inefficient. Even just, small tweaks in your own personal behavior can have a big impact on, your role, your career as well.
Yeah. Yeah.